Hey, what's happening, y'all? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Yes, indeed. Hopefully, y'all is having a good day. I'm blessed because I opened my eyes. Because everybody didn't open their eyes. Everybody didn't make it to, through yesterday. But I would be wrong, and I really honestly mean I would be wrong if I didn't address this. As much as I talk about Brianna and talk about her flaws, and when she is in situations that make her look bad, okay, whether it's right or wrong on this situation, I gotta speak on it. And I definitely have to speak on the part of, because this is not the first or second time this young lady has said something about Robert. Now what comes to mind, or what comes to my mind is when she, for the main part that was wrong, that hurt me bad. I mean, that I know hurt him, was when Brianna had her on that trip with them other kids, and it was only to get back at Robert, or to make Robert mad. I know y'all remember that. Any of y'all that been, that pays attention to the situation with, what I'm saying, this little saga situation, okay? But like I said then, that you will never see her and Brianna together again. You haven't. You haven't heard them together. You haven't heard them talking about each other. You haven't heard any of that. Okay, that's just that. Now this is where I'm at with this right here with Robert. Okay, look, man. I've been down the same road with my daughter. Okay, my baby is 18. Okay, now I'm not gonna say she said the things that this little girl has said about you. I'm not gonna say that. But as far as when she doesn't do things or reply to me when I'm there for her, I'm in my feelings some kind of way. Okay. Now this in some ways is back at you. Okay. Because like I said, I'm not a LaTrue fan or a Brianna fan. I'm with the truth. Period. Okay. I'm just with the truth. That's just simple and plain. I don't give a damn who it is is coming from and where it's coming from. I'm with the truth. Now, this is not, again, like I said, the first or the second time she's thrown you under the bus. But this one sting. And this one, hey, you should have something to say. Now, this is a little shot at you, because I don't get how you think that that's cool. I don't even get how you think you look cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that, okay? You was just bald head, brother. Now you got a whole head of hair on your head. You know, you look like you wearing wigs like these women are. But besides that, don't matter. Okay, that don't matter at all. Cause I don't care at all. I was just stressing something that I saw. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, look, man. Seriously, you should have a problem with your daughter talking down about you. Now, this one right here, she's saying some of y'all love yelling real father game, but ain't even a real father or a parent when the phone's down. That's throwing shots at you. Nobody else. Straight at you. You post the smells, the outfits, the my kids are the world captions, but you don't show the missed calls, the unpaid support, the broken promises, and the times you let your pride come before your kids. But a real parent ain't weekend visits and Instagram stories. It's being there when it's hard, and it's whatever else she said. You can look on her page and see it if you want to. Okay. The point is that that's a direct shot at Robert. Can't tell me no different. Ain't gonna make me believe no different. And the main thing is, dog, if you're doing what you saying you're doing, and the things you claim you be doing for your kids, excuse me, you should have a problem with this, man. You should have a real problem with this. Now, like I said in the beginning, I would be wrong if I didn't talk about it. Now, this is not throwing a shot at you. This is just me keeping it real, as I said, a real father. Okay, as in me being actually a real father. If the things you be talking about you ain't doing, and it comes to part that you ain't doing it, man, I'ma talk about you so bad it ain't gonna make no sense. Okay, I was feeling you, and I was on your team as far as you calling the police or you recording the fact of Brianna lying about the things she's saying. I was with you all the way on that, and I'm still with you on that, non-stop. But what she's saying, I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? If this comes to be true, I'm not going. No, I'm not even gonna try to lie. I'll be less of a man if I agree with that. I'll be less of a man. Now I'm not saying it's true, cause I don't know. But I am gonna say this ain't the first, second time she said something like this. This ain't the first, second time. I don't give a damn about what Brianna says. This ain't the first, second time she done said something like this. Now it's either okay, she's literally trying to tear you down, and on the other hand, why aren't you correcting what she's saying? Because I know personally that I would have a problem with my daughter talking about me in that way if I know I've been there and I'm there in her life. Okay? Regardless, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Okay? Regardless, this girl is what? 17, 18 years old, 17, one of those. Okay, she's still a child. But she should have enough sense to know right from wrong by now. Guaranteed. So, is she wrong? That's the biggest thing that people need to think about, okay? Think about. Put that thinking cap on. Is she wrong? Is she wrong? Do y'all feel that she's wrong? And if she's wrong, okay, why or do y'all feel that Robert should be saying something? Because he addresses very well about people should film their kids and do, you know what I'm saying, such and such, such and such, because they're their kids. Which he has his points. He has his he's right to some degree on that. But me as being a person that does reactions, I have the right to react to these type things, and I'm going to react to these type things. So I'm almost sure he's not gonna like me speaking in the way I'm speaking, but I gotta keep it real in the way I feel. And I honestly feel that okay, some heat should be put on him to show that okay, man, you really are a real father. Other than just to what's her name, Mosky or whatever you're calling it, yeah, Mosky. Okay. Other than that, because if what this little girl is saying is true, then what you stress all the time with this real father game is false. That's just for clicks and views. If you're not really doing, because basically that's what she's saying. You only say that for clicks and views. Basically, that's what she's saying. You only say that for clicks and views. That's basically what she's saying. When you get to the skinny of it, basically that's what she's saying. You do it. You say real father game for clicks and views. And if you are only doing that with what's her name? Mosky. I can't. I don't know the girl's real name. Can't remember it. Okay. But if you're only doing that with her, and you didn't show this little girl the affection she deserved, something ain't right with that picture. Now I definitely understand when you was punishing her, disciplining her rather. Okay, I definitely get that. I don't get some of the things that you let her get away with, but disciplining her, I definitely get that. But this, like I said, this ain't the first, second time she done said some foul stuff about you. Okay, now you should have an issue with her saying these things, especially if you are being the father that she's not claiming you to be. You hear what I said? Being the father that she's not claiming you to be. Because she's basically saying you are not the father you claiming you are. Now, it takes more than just to be that for that little Brianna's daughter, okay? Because Brianna's daughter is getting fame just from you and Brianna. Okay, so you can't just say real father game on that note. How was you to this little girl, well, young lady right here? And how are you still to this day? And what I want to know is, okay, what have you did to that for that grandchild since this situation has taken place? Because I know I travel. I've been in Texas 3 months. I saw my grandson flew back to my hometown twice to see my grandson, just to see him, just to spend time with him. I'm not really a big fan of his mom. I'm not really a big fan of her like that, okay? I was upset when she got pregnant, but she did. And it is what it is. That that's still my grandchild, and I want to show my grandchild love. So I want him to know who I am, what I am, that I'm there for him. Now I do remember you showing a picture. I mean, putting y'all on video, you and your daughter and your grandchild, whether it's a little girl or not, I don't know. But your grandchild, excuse me, I want to know, okay, because this is y'all put y'all life online, which I don't understand that because I would never put my life online. I couldn't do that. Okay, I couldn't do that. Just out of respect for me and mine, I wouldn't do that. Something that you say is okay. You say that's okay. So this right here is okay for me to talk about your life. But you say it's okay. Now, what have you did for that little baby since this situation? Okay, since because it goes past. Okay, yes, your daughter made that mistake and she had a child. Okay, now it's you and that mother job to be there for that child. Not your daughter anymore, but be there to help your daughter with that child. I really want to know what have you did for that child. That's what I want to know because it's more than just that specific time. What are you doing for that child? But like I said, if you're being the father that she's claiming you not to be, you should have a problem with the things she's saying and you should be addressing it. You really should. And I feel deeply that if you don't talk about this situation, I'm going to start looking at it totally different than what I've been looking at it as. And I hope, well, I don't even hope because I personally don't care anymore who understands and who don't. I'm saying this as a father. That's exactly what I'm saying it as, and that's exactly how it's coming. It's coming from a father, okay? Because I've looked at you for a while, talk this real father gang stuff, okay? I've looked at you talk it for a while now, And if it's only being that with this mostly little girl, that yo man, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Okay, because it should be more. So I'm gonna look at it totally differently if you don't have an opinion on what's being addressed with you. Okay, now this is not. She's not a full grown adult yet, but she's not no baby anymore, and she's consistently throwing salt on you and talking bad about you. Now, if you wasn't on live and your life basically wasn't on live, I wouldn't expect you to say nothing about it. But the fact that your life is on live, I expect you to say something about how your daughter is talking about you. I do expect that. And that in no way means I'm going to stop addressing Brianna's BS, because I'm not. It's just going to make me open my eye towards you. But hey, y'all share, like, and subscribe this. Peace. I'm up out of here.